On AM 1130, 99.9 FM, Prescott, Chino Valley, and Paulden, 95.5 FM, Prescott Valley and Cottonwood, the talk of the Quad Cities, KQ&A. It's
Hammer Time.
Waking Up with the YCCA. Hammer Time is brought to you by Lawhorn Plumbing, Verde Valley Alarm Services, Permit Pushers, Prescott Home Safety, Greenlee Designer Surfaces, Get Right Mitigation, Franklin Plumbing, The Blind Brothers, Caltex, Vicente Landscaping, Barrett Propane, and Badger Roofing. And now from the studios of KQ&A, it's Hammer Time, Waking Up with the YCCA. Here's the Executive Director of the Yavapai County Contractors Association, Sandy Griffiths.
It is still deja vu, Mr. Wingman.
At least for a couple more weeks.
At least for a couple more weeks. Good morning, everybody. We are still in the month of May, celebrating every day, let me tell you. Life is good, all is well. The weather's kind of different every day. We don't know what to expect. Somewhat windy, almost windy, kind of cloudy, almost cloudy, somewhat cloudy,
or
no rain, or all the above. You know, springtime is here. The flowers are blooming. The trees are... I love the beautiful green when the trees first start to bud. It's such a pretty green.
And you know it's followed by the greening of the trees, eventually.
Dun, 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 the monsoons.
No, I was thinking of your cicadas.
Oh, I don't know when they pop out.
Quesadillas.
My quesadillas.
Yeah.
I don't know when they pop out. I will be sure and let our listeners know how I love my quesadillas. We had a wonderful program last week with Jake Swinson and Papa Bear Mark Swinson, Swinson Home Builders. Are they not lovely people?
Very good folks.
Yeah, the show was great. Listeners, you can tune into the YCCA website, and we will link you to Spotify. That's where we're held now, on Spotify. So we've got a great guest with us this morning. In fact, two guests. We're going to talk food. We're going to talk Humboldt Unified School District Summer Food Service Program.
Good.
We're going to talk food allergies. We're going to talk retirement. We're going to talk wind chimes.
Wait a minute. Let me back up here. Are you making an announcement today?
Just stay tuned. You'll never know what comes across the airwaves on Hammer Time. So take us to break, and when we come back, we will begin our show. Plus, I brought you a present. You're going to be so excited.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Okay. It's my pleasure. You're listening to Hammer Time, brought to you by Yavapai County Contractors Association. And we're pleased to be airing on Talk of the Quad Cities, KQ&A 1130 AM, 99.9 FM, and 95.5 FM. So please stay tuned for some great messages from our ever so valuable sponsors. Fill up that cup of coffee or grab that orange juice, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Hammer Time, Waking Up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
Hey, everybody. Good morning, and thanks for tuning in to Hammer Time. So you heard Mike take us off to break, and he said OJ, and our question was, with pulp or without pulp? Mm-hmm. What are you?
I'm mainly a without pulp type of guy.
Okay, do you drink orange juice every morning?
I don't.
Do you drink concentrated orange juice?
No, usually we get the pre-mixed orange juice.
There's pre-mixed orange juice? Oh,
Sure.
my gosh, I have no idea. We'll have to talk to our nutritionist about that.
It comes in the bottles marked no pulp, low pulp, or pulp.
Seriously?
Seriously, it's called Simplicity, I believe.
Okay, wow, you know your orange juice. Okay, so listeners, let's introduce you to our super cool, over-the-top, dope guests. Dope is pretty awesome and cool. And boy, they are dope for sure. So we have Miss Pam Liuzzo. Did I mess it up?
A little bit.
Liuzzo. Liuzzo.
You know, if you use your hands.
Liuzzo.
There you
Liuzzo. I
go.
can never get it right. Never in all these years. It is a tough one. Pam Lee.
Uzo.
She is the nutritionist for HUSD, Humboldt Unified School District. We're here to talk about the Summer Food Service Program. And joining her, as always, our friend Jody Buckl. He is Director of Food and Nutrition. So, hi guys, welcome to Hammer Time.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, let's talk about pulp and orange juice. Pulp or no pulp?
I don't care for the pulp, but it's probably better for you.
I was going to say it has to be better for you.
Yeah, because you're getting actually, more of the fruit. But when I drink orange juice, I don't like the pulp.
Okay, Jody, pulp or no pulp?
I could do either way.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
And
I could do either way.
either way,
Yeah.
the only thing with pulp is that sometimes you have to pick it out of your teeth.
Exactly. That's why I don't like it.
You are so wise. Okay, I said I brought you a present. So, Pam and Jody, Mike likes margaritas. I mean, it's Margarita Tuesday, it's Margarita Monday, it's Margarita May Day, it's Margarita Taco Day, it's Margarita Thanksgiving, it's Margarita Easter. The guy likes margaritas, right?
Well, with the one exception, I do draw the line at Thanksgiving.
Oh, no margaritas
No
at Thanksgiving?
margaritas at Thanksgiving.
Okay, but Easter and Christmas and St. Patrick's Day and all in between?
Only after 5.
Okay, perfect. So I went to my very super cool store, Trader Joe's, that you know I totally love and adore. And I found this organic margarita mix for you.
Really?
It says with lime juice, agave syrup. I think Nutritionist, that's a good syrup, right?
It's better than sugar.
Okay. But then the next line says, and
Sugar?
cane sugar. Okay.
You're probably not drinking that for the health benefits, though, I'm assuming.
Oh, no, that's exactly why I was drinking
It has no fat. It has 1% sodium, 9% total carbs. Okay, so 23 grams of total sugars. However, with the added sugars, 46%. Oops.
You know, I might just have to swear off. I am sorely disappointed. I've always been told that margaritas will make you feel better, and I thought that meant health-wise, but apparently not
Okay,
so.
so there's 32 fluid ounces in here, and one margarita is 4 ounces. So that's 8 servings. You do 2 ounces of tequila. Oh, you have to do tequila in here. Oh, I thought it came already to drink.
That would have to be in the alcohol department.
Oh, you're
where you
right.
pick it
Okay,
up.
what do I know? Okay. So you have to add tequila and a cup of ice. So here's your margarita
Well,
mix.
thank you very much. Very much.
Oh, see?
You already started.
Yeah. So Monday, margarita night after 5.
Except on Thanksgiving.
I just put a new ice maker in our refrigerator.
There you
so
go.
yeah, there we
Okay,
go.
perfect. Okay, back to Humboldt Unified School Districts. You'll have to let me know how it works.
I will. Thank you very much.
But I'd never seen it on their shelves before.
We'll give it a shot.
Okay, perfect. Don't forget to add tequila. With pulp or without pulp?
Without pulp.
Okay, perfect. Humboldt Unified School District Summer Food Service Program. This is getting ready to start, right, Miss Nutritionist
Yes,
Pam?
we're very excited about it.
Perfect.
Yep. So our summer food service program is this wonderful program that we offer that feeds children throughout the summer months for free. And any family can sign up. It's for all children, whether they're enrolled in the Humboldt School District
Okay.
or not. And we have lots of different options. And I'm so excited that this year we are offering 7-day meal packs, where in years past we offered 5-day meal packs. So if you, as a parent, sign up for these meal packs, your children will be fed for, all summer long, for every day of the week. So it's a great program, and we have lots of different options that families can choose from. We have meal pickup at Pronghorn Ridge Middle School or Humboldt Elementary. We have 2 sites where children can go and have in-person meals. So that's at Lake Valley Elementary School, and we have a new site that we're opening up this year at Park Collective, which will be serving breakfast and lunch. We also have meal delivery. That option's closed. We already have everybody signed up for that one that qualified. So, yeah, lots of great options for families to help reduce your food budget. It helps to keep our staff working, and it's just a fabulous program. And this year we're very excited too, because we're going to be able to offer all families that do the meal pickup or meal delivery, we're giving them gallons of milk instead of cartons of milk.
Wow.
So they're going to get a lot of food for their kids.
So I guess, Jody, where does this food come from and the dollars to support this program?
So we order from our typical vendors that we do during the school year. Shamrock Food and Dairy supply majority of the food that we do use to pack the foods. The dollars come from, it is a reimbursable program, so for the bags that we hand out, we do get reimbursed for them.
So who reimburses you?
The state.
And how do you keep track of what to be reimbursed for?
So every meal that we serve, we have to tally and then submit at the end of the month to receive our reimbursements. But with this program and our non-congregate program and how much we're feeding, the summer program has been sustainable. Before we were able to get parents to pick meals up and for us to deliver, we would actually lose money, but we know the impact that we have on kids to feed those that did want to eat with us before we had the non-congregate program, that it was worth us, even if we lost money, to still offer. But now with this pickup program and delivery program, we're actually doing enough meals that we don't lose money over the summertime. So it really helps us when we come into the next school year with our fund balance to still maintain and offer the greatest program that we possibly give to the students when they're in school as well.
So does the state refund cover the cost of your food?
So the reimbursements do cover the cost of our food and the labor.
Okay.
And as Pam mentioned, with the program expanding with us being able to have parent pickup and delivery, we're able to give more hours to those employees that want to work in the summertime, have to work in the summertime. We're able to afford more hours for them to build these meal packs, which allows them then to be sustainable in their own house. And then they don't have to go look for a different part-time job over the summer that potentially may not have them come back for us the next school year.
Yeah, because
so we
the summer,
definitely win. Yeah.
When summer happened, everything closed down and you were out. You just don't have any income coming in. So good for you to do that. Let's talk about each option in detail. So option 1, you say in-person meals.
Right.
So that means you have to come to a location and eat?
Correct. So our in-person meals are at Lake Valley and at Park Collective. So children can come to those places, families too, parents too. Adults can eat. It's just they will pay $2 for breakfast and $3 for lunch, which is still a smoking deal.
Right.
But meals need to be consumed on site. So those are not meals you can take and leave the building.
So what's the purpose of meals in person? Why would you have that versus 7-day meal pack and pickup and delivery?
Community.
Okay, good point.
Having families come and dine together and kids get to play with each other. It gives families or children opportunity to, get out of the house and, meet people and play with their friends. Plus, at Lake Valley, we got a wonderful grant from the Dairy Council again. And the children that go to that site will have an opportunity to win one of 12 bicycles that we're able to purchase.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, so food and fun and community.
We will talk more about option 1, Jody and Pam, when we return. And Margarita Man.
I'll be reading up while we're on
Okay,
break.
perfect. You need to get the A+, okay, from the Nutritionist before you consume that. We'll be right back. Don't move.
You're listening to Hammer Time, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to Hammer Time. Our guests with us this morning are Miss Pam Lee Uzo.
Perfect.
How'd I do?
Very good.
Yes, Lee Uzo. She's the nutritionist for Humboldt Unified School District. And, of course, Mr. Jody Buckl. He's the Director of Food and Nutrition for Humboldt Unified School District. So we were talking about all the options available for your summer food service program. The dine-in meal, in-person meals. I like what you said, Pam, that it's all about community. It brings families in.
Yeah.
They can sit down and have their kids play and relax and meet other kids. How does the food get to these locations? Is it a self-serve buffet or what, Jody? Are they in brown bags?
So at Lake Valley, we have our own kitchen there.
Okay.
So serving all the children that do go to Lake Valley during the school year. Our team there will just stick around in the summertime.
Okay.
And we order the food, bring it all in the same way. You do get more variety when you go to our congregate seating, our in-person seating, because we will offer 2 or 3 different kinds of entrees they can choose from, whereas the pickup program, we can only do one entree per day. So a little more variety for those that go to Lake Valley. The newer site that we're doing this summer is Park Collective. We're partnering with them. It's going to be, I think, incredible outreach for us, for the families that do go and partake in the playground and that sort of thing. Then we will be producing the meals at Liberty Traditional's kitchen and trucking them over to Park Collective for service.
Gotcha.
So service for breakfast, and then we'll clean that up, go back and get lunch ready and bring that back. But that'll give an opportunity for those kids that are at Park Collective playing on the playground to pop on out and get some energy through their food. Yes.
So whose idea was it to expand the location and take it to Park Collective?
I think we got an email. Pam received an email. We had partnered with the Boys and Girls Club in the past, and Matt Givens was with the Boys and Girls Club then, and is at Park Collective now. So he remembered us, reached out, and we've kind of been working together now over the last couple months to see, hey, is this something we can do for you guys? And it's really going to give us even more hours to give to more employees that want to work. So this win-win of being able to feed kids in the community and provide hours for employees is a great
beat
program.
That. So option 1, breakfast, is from 8 to 9:30, and then lunch is 12 to 1:30.
That is correct.
At Lake Valley.
Mm-hmm. And at Park Collective, I believe the lunchtime is the breakfast and lunchtime is a little different. So it'll be from 8 to 9 is breakfast, and then noon to, do I have that right? At 1:30 or 1 o'clock at Park Collective.
Okay, is the in-person meals, are they on paper products, or do you have to wash dishes?
So we do use disposable.
Okay.
And it will be disposable at both locations.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So, and I had a question. Pam had mentioned earlier about doing 7 days a week. For those people that are going to the in-dining, do they then take something home with them on Friday?
So
they can't.
Yeah, so this is something the state really wants us to, make sure we're doing our due diligence. We don't want families double dipping. It's not fair.
Right.
But, we want families to pick the option which is best for them. So if it's in-person meals, then that's great. But if they sign up for the meal packs, they've checked the box on the registration form that they're not also going to participate in the congregate seating, Lake Valley or Pronghorn, not Pronghorn, but Park Collective. So yeah, we encourage families to definitely not double dip. That's not what the program's for, and just to be honest.
And for the in person, where it is Monday through Friday, we did discuss, hey, can we create a 2-day meal pack?
That's
so
what I
on
was
Fridays, the families could take it home. But the regulations state that we cannot have an in-person site mixed with
combination
pickup site. So
Makes sense.
those rules restrict us from doing that. Otherwise, we would love to come up with a weekend pack for those that come to us on Fridays and hand it out.
But good for you for exploring that.
Yeah, we were just talking about it a couple hours ago before we got here.
So now, I remember when we were kids, we didn't always clean up our plates. We didn't want to eat this and we didn't want to eat that. Maybe I was one of those kids. I was always the last one to leave the dining table. I had to clean my plate.
Did you have the square or the oblong?
Yes, but I had
tray?
to clean everything.
Gotcha.
Do you monitor if there's a food waste with kids and families? I guess you can't really get involved with that, can you?
Well, we encourage children to only take what they're going
perfect.
to eat.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, just like with any program, there is some waste, but we do our best to
Perfect.
encourage them just to take what you're actually going to eat.
So do you have monitors? I mean, you have the serving staff, you have the pickup and cleanup staff. This is a big production.
It is, and there's a lot of regulations.
Yes.
So yeah, we're we have that staff there that does monitor. We have to make sure each child gets a reimbursable meal, which means we have to offer all 5 components at lunch. The children have to take 3. One has to be a fruit or vegetable. And then one of our staff is there with a clicker to make sure they have a reimbursable meal. So it's not just here's your food and be on your way. There's a lot behind it.
You just hit the topic that I was going to ask. And if it were me as a child, could I go through and just get dessert? And the answer is no.
You have to have at least 3 of the 5 fruits and vegetables.
Good idea.
One
Good
thing we do is try to, and a lot of it during the school year, we can have a few more eyes on what the kids are eating. But we try to see what's going in the garbage, what the kids like to eat. We track, what comes off of our garden bars, what fruits and vegetables are we seeing them eat, and we try to make sure that we make those available. We just don't try to find the cheapest fruit or vegetable just to throw out there. We want to put something out there that the kids actually would want to eat. So,
okay, so that's option 1, in-person meals. So option 2 for the summer food service program, 7-day meal pack pickup. Meal pack pickup.
Yes.
How does that work?
Go ahead.
So this is we're really excited this year that we're moving up to the 7 days. Like we said, now we are taking care of our families for the full week, and what families were able to do was sign up through our online program. All of it's free, and then they just needed to choose which site they wanted to pick up at. We said Pronghorn Ridge Middle School is one, and Humboldt Elementary is another. So we tried to pick some of the outer lying areas that could get to Humboldt, and then kind of our in-town people to go to Pronghorn. That is available to sign up all summer long. We don't have a cutoff date for that, so they definitely can go on our website and continue to sign up. And then with that program, including in the 7-day meal packs, the 7 days, we did change because we heard some feedback from our families that the cartons of milk just take up way too much space in their fridge. You figure one kid is getting 5 white and 5 chocolate.
Perfect.
And if you had 3 kids, now you're putting in 30 cartons of milk. So we thought, well, we can do the milk math and figure out, how to give them gallons. So now we just took away the cartons. We're doing gallons, which are much easier for families to store at home. And so we're really happy that we're able to do that for them as well this summer.
Now, in the pickup packs meals, do some of those have to be refrigerated?
Much of our food does need to be refrigerated. Fruits and vegetables, most are shelf stable, but we all know if they're in the refrigerator, they do last a little bit longer. So we typically will refrigerate ours right off the bat. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be refrigerated at home. If they're washed, cut, anything like that, they need to get in the refrigerator. But if it's a whole piece of fruit that hasn't been tampered with, just like an apple, an orange, those kinds of things, they don't have to go in the fridge.
But those meals are individually packed as opposed to 7 days worth in one carton.
So this summer, with it being a 7-day, we're going to do our 7 breakfast entrees and 7 lunch entrees in the same bag. They're all prepackaged items.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
But they'll all be in the same bag, and those will stay frozen until we go out for delivery. So that'll be nice for the temperature piece for our families. And then they'll get a second bag of their fruits and vegetables, and then their gallons of milk.
Very good.
So we have to take another break, but before we zip off, the 7-day meal pack is just breakfast and lunch.
Yes.
Okay. Listeners, we'll be right back with Miss Pam Luzzio, the nutritionist for Humboldt Unified School District Summer Food Service Program, and Mr. Jody Buckl, Director of Food and Nutrition. So don't move. Mike, Jody, Pam, me, and the engineer. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hammer Time, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
We are back on air. It is Margarita Mayhem with Pam Luzzio, our nutritionist. Okay, let's just get down to this really important thing first before we get to option 3 for the Humboldt Unified School District Food Service Program. You're retiring.
Yes.
Let's talk about retirement.
Let's talk about it.
Are you excited?
I am, but I'm feeling all the emotions.
Bittersweet?
Yes,
Perfect,
absolutely.
you should.
Because I've been with food and nutrition for 13 years.
I know.
So so I'm excited, but I'm sad and nervous, but I'm more excited than anything. So I know it's a good choice.
Jody, how are you handling this? Do you need margarita mix?
I need there's some big shoes to fill when Pam does step away.
I know.
We are absolutely excited. I'm always excited when any of my employees have the opportunity to retire. I look forward to the day that I get to do that. So it just warms my heart when someone says, I can retire. But of course, Pam's been the backbone of this for 13 years. So we're going to be missing out on a lot of the absolutely amazing things that she does on a daily basis. But we are very excited to bring in a new nutritionist who we've been able to have on board now for a few weeks to work side by side with Pam, see the things that she's doing. Great personality her name is Amanda Garfield. Great personality. Just very excited that we found someone that can do at least half of what Pam has been doing for us.
So you're in the process of going through cloning 101?
Trying to do that, absolutely. It's going to be tough, though.
She's her own person. She's going to be amazing.
Perfect. I certainly hope that she comes to us with all sorts of fruits and vegetable tattoos. Because then we will know our nutritionist has arrived.
I'll let her know she's got to start getting tattoos.
She has got to start getting fruits and vegetable tattoos.
So while it is mixed emotions in leaving your job, knowing that there's somebody there to carry it on, that's got to be somewhat reassuring.
Absolutely. Mandy interned for us a couple of years ago. I was her preceptor. So I know her. I know her passion, and I know that she's going to do great things.
Perfect. You know what, my friend, we're going to miss you immensely.
Thank
I know
you.
that Jody will as well, but Mandy is there to take the helm, and we will support her just like we supported you, Miss Pam, in this program.
Thank you.
So back to option 2. We talked about milk on the break, where you said you do white milk and chocolate milk.
Correct.
Is that why? Why 2 types of milk?
So per their regulations, we have to offer 2 types. Either it has to vary by the fat content, or white or chocolate, or white or strawberry. So we offer the white and chocolate. And for the meal pickup and meal delivery, we gave families the option to choose. They can have a mixture of white and chocolate, or if they want just white milk, they can have that. Or if they want just chocolate, they can have that too.
So there's a lot of box checking for these
lot.
meals to make sure that they get exactly what they've asked for.
Right, which we feel it's going to be more beneficial to the families, because instead of giving them something they won't use, now we're tailoring it to them.
Okay, so Mike, would you take white milk or chocolate milk?
Chocolate, of course.
Jody, white milk or chocolate milk?
Depends on what I'm doing. chocolate if I got a sweet tooth, or white if it's just a sandwich.
Well put.
Well put. Pam, chocolate or white?
White milk.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I would do white milk.
Would you?
No fat. No fat.
So the question that I have, though, is we've just gone through how many boxes you have to check and how cumbersome that could be. How many families are on that program?
Yes, great question.
So right now we have almost 1,200 children signed up for either the delivery or the meal pickup, which is more than what we had this year. At this time last year. So we're hoping that more families are hearing about this program and that we're able to feed more kids this summer.
Of those 1,200, do you have an idea of how many are families? In other words, is that 800 families or?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. That sounds like a good number. We'll go with that one.
Whatever it is, that's a lot.
I know that's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yep, and we can feed more. Like if that number went up double, you would be
able to.
We would. We want to feed every child that's in our community if we can.
And you just said in our community. So option 1, in-person meals. Option 2, free 7-day meal pack pickup. And option 3, which we haven't talked about it yet, for any child in our school districts.
They don't have to be in a school district. They could be homeschooled.
They could be homeschooled
They can be visiting
as well?
grandma
Oh,
from
my
Connecticut.
gosh.
It doesn't matter. They just
Any child.
Any child.
That's here.
18 or younger.
Yep. And there's no paperwork involved.
To double check their age and where they
No.
live and their household
Nope.
address.
They don't need any of that information.
So no big brothers watching.
No.
How?
Uh-oh, I can see the wheels turning.
Okay, so I could turn in an application and it wouldn't check my age?
No, but you would have to give me the names and ages of your children.
Oh. Well, that was a good shot.
I tried. How funny. So let's go to option 3, which is the free 7-day meal pack delivery. So who are your Uber drivers?
Our Uber drivers are our bus drivers.
Oh,
So this
cool.
is another partnership we do with our district, and we get bus drivers to drive our buses and vans, and we also partner with the transportation department to build the routes. So we have all of the addresses of where we need to deliver, but we could do this, but we're not
Drivers.
professionals. They have systems that put these routes in place. So we pay for the bus drivers every Monday to go do deliveries, and transportation allows us to use bus and the gas. And it's been a great partnership. We've been able to do these types of things since COVID, and just continuing to partner with our transportation department has been absolutely amazing. The delivery program probably would not be able to take place if transportation didn't do what they do for us.
So if somebody spots multiple buses out there without kids in it,
Food.
kids in them, there's a reason for that.
Bags or food are down below the windows that you don't see.
Now, do a lot of them just take friends with them so that they can run it up to the door, or do they actually?
Oh, another good question.
So we supply someone from the food nutrition department to go on every route with the bus driver. So the bus driver just has to focus on the
Getting
route,
there.
and then we have someone who gets on and off the vehicles to bring the meals
cool.
up to the doors.
Okay, so
It's a good workout.
I was going to say yes. Is the delivery within a certain school district boundary, or are you driving to Paulden and Chino Valley? Where are
We
you
have
taking your
opened
bus?
it up a little bit. We do have to have
Right.
some boundaries. So we do go out, since Humboldt Elementary is kind of in that boundary out there. We will go out to as far as Cordes Junction
Oh my
that way.
gosh!
But we also need to get like more than just one meal
Right.
going out there. So kind of the way the delivery program works is they go online just like they do for the pickup program, and there's a map that they can click on. And when they click on that map, if their address falls within the green shaded area, then they're considered rural and we can deliver. Like we said, we've already, that cutoff has already happened because now we have to start building routes and get ready. But that's kind of what we've been doing over the last couple years to set up who actually is going to get the delivery. So we do have somewhat of a boundary, but we didn't really state this many miles away.
Sure. And you are operating that starting the week after school ends?
So it will be actually the sit-down sites where kids come and eat. That will start on the 27th, which is the Tuesday after Memorial Day. School closes Thursday the 22nd, so we have Memorial Day. We need to spend that week of the 27th starting to prep the bags.
Right.
So our first delivery and pickup isn't until, I believe, June 2nd.
So on the deliveries, and then we have to take a break, does somebody have to be home to accept the meal? Or if they're not there, you can just leave it on the front porch?
It's nice if they're home, but it's not required.
Okay.
But what we do ask is that they leave a cooler with ice so that they can make sure that the food stays at temp.
Interesting. Oh my gosh, this is so great. So Jody, Pam, Mike, engineer, and me, Sandy, we'll be right back.
You're listening to Hammer Time, Waking Up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
Everybody, good morning, and I hope that you are thoroughly enjoying this program this morning as much as Mike and me are. What education, Pam and Jody, that you're doing. You want to feed every child. 18 or younger, whatever you have to do, you are on a mission to make sure that every child is fed.
Definitely.
So, Jody, while we were on break, you talked about some numbers. In 2019, what was your number for feeding children?
So in 2019, we weren't able to do the delivery or pickup program. It was just kids coming in, and we did about 19,000 meals that summer.
So now that you have these two other programs in place, where are you with? It has just exploded.
So with the parent pickup and the delivery, we've been averaging around 120,000 meals per summer.
Amazing.
Just think about all those hungry kids that got meals, didn't have to find a way to get up, go to a school in the morning just to get breakfast and then walk back home.
And the dollars that it's saving families is such a critical component.
It really is.
So, and the other important thing, it's just not Humboldt Unified School District. You said earlier, children that are homeschooled, charter school children, children that are coming from Alaska to visit their grandparents, like Mike. Those children visiting from Minnesota and Minneapolis for this summer can be part of this summer food service program. And I would get caught when I filled out the application.
Yes,
we've already shared that. No sneaking through the summer school program for me.
And signing up is really easy.
How do they do that, Pam?
They can go to the Humboldt Unified website. So HumboldtUnified.com, click on Departments, click on Food and Nutrition, and then you'll see a tab for Summer Food Service Program. Click on that, and then there's links to sign up for the 7-day meal packs. And if anybody's having any problems doing it that way, they can always call me at 928-759-5017, and I can sign you up over the phone.
And you don't have to sign up at the start of this program. You can sign up at any time during its length of time.
Absolutely.
When does the program end?
So July 14th, I believe, is a Monday. That'll be our last delivery and pickup week. So the Lake Valley and the Park Collective, thank you. They will be open on the 14th through the 18th, so they'll still be able to go to those schools
for in-person meals.
Okay,
got it.
So basically, Friday the 18th are our two closures for the in-person meals, and then Monday the delivery on the 14th will get them food all the way through the 7 days.
Gosh, that's great. So for at least a month and a half of food coming through. Mm-hmm. Who makes all this food? Your food service staff?
Yes, they do.
Wow.
And you mentioned earlier that a lot of it comes from Shamrock.
Correct.
I just visually automatically assign Shamrock was just milk. But they obviously have...
So they have two divisions. They have their food division and the milk division. So
did not realize they had a food division.
So they probably supply close to 70% of our food during the school year as well.
Oh, really?
So yeah, they're our number one vendor that we order through.
Very good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about food allergies. If a parent doesn't declare a food allergy, what happens? And do you prepare foods that don't have a lot of food allergy ingredients?
So we have many students with varying food allergies. Fortunately, I've never had it happen where a child has a food allergy that we didn't know about it. The nurses are really good about getting that information, and our staff's good about getting that information from the nurses. So a lot of good communications happening in our schools to identify those students. So once we know a student has a food allergy or an intolerance, we make a menu to accommodate that student so that they can still have school meals. So it's just communication with the parents, sometimes with the physicians, just to get clarification on the allergies as far as what the child can eat. But yeah, I've never had a student that we weren't able to accommodate with any food allergy.
That's just amazing, the specificity of what you go through. Once a child comes in and you prepare a meal plan to address that allergy, then do you hand that off to the individuals making up the individual packets, or who polices that, I guess, is what I'm looking for? Well,
so it's different during the school year and then during the summer program, obviously. Uh-huh. So we do have a child who has celiac disease, who we are going to offer summer meals to. And so that kitchen that's making those meals will have that child's menu, and we'll know these items are to be kept separate, make sure there's no cross-contamination. These meals are marked that this is specifically for this child. And we've had this child for a few years now, and the parent is so grateful and so happy that we can accommodate, and we're happy to do it.
Amazing.
So, do you have any food allergies?
I have some dislikes, but no allergies.
Oh, so what's a dislike?
It's actually pretty.
We'll talk to our nutritionist about this. What is your dislike?
Oh, we'll do, as far as vegetables, maybe Brussels sprouts.
Have you ever had roasted Brussels sprouts, though?
I have not.
Oh, see, I don't like boiled Brussels sprouts.
Huh?
But roasted?
Oh.
Okay.
I would be willing to try that because, as an example, growing up, spinach or asparagus, no way.
But now,
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing as you mature, your tastes.
They do. Your taste buds change.
Yeah. Okay, so figure out how to do roasted Brussels sprouts.
And then let me know.
Yes, report
back. When are you going to retire?
In 3 weeks.
Okay,
I was going to say, so next time you're back, but we'll have to relay that.
Yes. You have 3 weeks to figure out the roasted Brussels sprouts. Okie dokie. What else do you want to share about your summer food service program? Pam, let's share again how our parents can sign their children up and a phone number should they need you.
Sure. So go online, go to the Humboldt Unified website, humboldtunified.com, and then click on departments, then click on food and nutrition. And then you'll see the Summer Food Service tab. Click on that. And then there's the links to sign up for the 7-day meal packs. And there's also information about eating the meal, having your children go to Lake Valley or Park Collective. So all the information about the summer program is on our website. Another option, too, is our social media pages, so Facebook, Instagram. We post about how to sign up for our meal program there as well. But if you just want to give us a call, you can do that. My number is 928-759-5017.
Listeners, we will be right back to wrap up our show this morning with Ms. Pam Luzzio and Mr. Jody Buckl, Director of Food and Nutrition, Humboldt Unified School District. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hammer Time, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Once again, here's your host, Sandy Griffiths.
Jody and Pam, it was so amazing to have you with Mike and me this morning to talk about the Humboldt Unified Summer School Service Program. It's amazing what you're doing to feed our children. So kudos to both of you.
Yes.
Listeners, if you need YCCA, 928-778-0040. Pam, give your phone number out one more time should anybody need to talk to you about this program.
Sure, it's 928-759-5017.
So until next weekend, I'm Sandy.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jody.
I'm Pam Luzzio.
Soon to retire. Listeners, we love you. Thanks for tuning in to Hammer Time. What a great show this morning. Have a safe, lovely weekend. Go get that margarita mix. No, I'm going to get you Brussels sprouts. I'm taking back the margarita mix.
That's a tough choice.
Bye. Have a great weekend.
Hammer time.
Thank you for tuning in to Hammer Time, waking up with the YCCA, a presentation of the Yavapai County Contractors Association. Heard each and every Saturday morning at 7, with an encore presentation Sunday mornings at 7 on AM 1130 by 99.9 FM in Prescott, 95.5 FM, Prescott Valley and Cottonwood, and online at kqna.com. A library of past Hammer Time shows can be listened to on the Yavapai County Contractors website at ycca.org.
Break it down.
Airtime for this program is paid for by the Yavapai County Contractors Association, and they are solely responsible for its content.